While beginning to practice this method, it's best to start by using topics and problems that are considered small. This means they're not emotionally charged and are simply minor irritants that slightly bother you once in a while. Small stuff means things that are not going to make or break your relationship. It's not going to trigger any catabolic emotions in you or in your partner. And they're the things that don't even really need to get solved. So we're just using small things to practice with. So start with minor things like leaving the shoes by the front door or whisker hairs in the sink, or the example that we used earlier in the course, which was the toothpaste cap being left off. We want to practice by finding simple solutions to small stuff so that we can prevent things from going wrong while we're learning new skills. So just as you wouldn't start practicing how to walk on a tightrope way up high in a boat in the middle of the rocky sea, you also don't want to start practicing the big issues or the emotionally charged topics yet. That being said, what do we do if things start to go south? Well, there are a few things we can do. First, if you notice any catabolic emotions popping up in you, remember catabolic means any emotion that doesn't feel good, like guilt, disappointment, sadness, anger, frustration, defensiveness, or anything like that. We're going to want to stop the process by saying to your partner, I need a minute, and take a break, take a deep breath, splash water on your face, walk out of the room for a few minutes, and get yourself back into a good anabolic state. Now remember, if you need to take a break, please be sure to give a time that you're going to come back and uphold that promise to come back. So the second thing you might notice is catabolic emotions coming up within your partner. Now, you don't want to point fingers or respond with any catabolic emotions back or react in that way, but we really want to stay in a state of compassion and suggest something like, I'm sensing there might be some catabolic emotions coming up. Do you want to take a break, or should we pick a different topic? What would be most helpful for you? So again, if you're going to take a break, be sure to set a time to come back and come back at that agreed upon time. If the problem was too big of a problem to work on at that time, you might want to write it down to come back to later after your skills are more fine-tuned. And if either or both of you miss any of the catabolic clues that either you have or your partner has along the way, and things start to go all wrong during the process, the topic you picked might be too big to be working on yet. So just be sure to stop right in the middle of your practice, pick a new smaller topic, or go ahead and quit altogether, regroup yourselves, and come back at another time, or do both. Come back at another time and use smaller topics. But again, remember to come back at an agreed upon time. So you also want to remember that we learn better when we're having fun. So please try to keep at least the first 5 or 6 practice problems really small and approach them with a very light heart.